Hello guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I want to talk about a crazy story that happened this morning. The story of senseless violence and another person taken off the street that had nothing to do with anything out of the ordinary. The story I'm talking about today is about this woman right here. This woman's name was Ethel Moore Thomas, 67 years old. She's no longer here. She's from Pritchard, Alabama. Shout out Pritchard. And ladies and gentlemen, this woman's no longer here because she was shot to death while she slept in her own bed this morning when a random car came up on her street and dudes decided to shoot the house up. I don't know what makes people do this type of stuff. I mean, it's a lot of black-hearted people out here nowadays. Don't care about nothing except death and destruction. And Miss Thomas is the latest person to fall, as we continue to fall by the wayside. Innocent people caught up in gun violence that have nothing to do with nothing. Take a look and we'll come back and talk about this a little bit.
Following breaking news out of Pritchard this morning, the Major Crimes Unit is investigating a homicide.
That's right. It happened this morning on Sample Street. Fox 10's Ashton Mitchell has been following this all this morning. Ashton, what do you know so far?
Vanessa, Chelsea, it's a tragic day for one family here in Pritchard. Investigators say a 67-year-old woman by the name of Ethel Moore Thomas was fast asleep inside her home this morning when a group of people drove up to her house and started firing shots inside, killing her. Now, Pritchard police say it all happened on Sample Avenue, that's right off Highway 45, around 6 a.m. this morning. Again, if you're just now joining us, Pritchard police say a group of unknown people drove by a home and started firing shots inside while 67-year-old Ethel Moore Thomas and her husband were asleep in bed. The bullets struck Thomas through her bedroom wall, and she tragically died on scene. We don't know much about the victim this morning, but I did talk to a handful of her friends and family who tell me Miss Ethel was kind, pleasant, and just a good neighbor. Many saying she will certainly be missed. Now, if you know what could have happened or who the suspects might be, call Detective Jason Hadaway with the Pritchard Police Department as they investigate this case. But we'll continue to update you as we learn more, both on air and online at fox10tv.com. For now, reporting live in Pritchard this morning, Ashley Mitchell, Fox 10 News.
All right, guys, that's the story of Miss Ethel Thomas. May she rest in peace. I gotta be honest with you guys, man. I was watching a series of videos today before I came up with this video to show you, and it was showing a lot of robberies and just drive-by shootings and just people getting gunned down in the street like this is a third world country, man. Besides the 80s, when the crack epidemic hit, the violence we see now is so intense. And I mean, it's not just about hurting people no more. It's about taking as much ammunition as you can and unloading everything you got in your arsenal when trying to send a message. This woman's 67 years old. Her and her husband lived in that house. Wasn't nobody else there. Now, I don't know if they had anybody living with them. I don't know why that house was pinpointed. But the bottom line is there was elderly people in the house. And these people that shot had no consideration before they pulled the trigger. Didn't think about anything. You know, one of the things us as men are taught when we're young children is to control our emotions as men. Because if you don't control your emotions and get your emotions in check, you putting yourself in harm's way and you're setting yourself up to have a rough life. We all know this. We teach our boys this at a younger age. Learn how to resolve conflict. Know how to walk away. Know when the odds are stacked against you and you have to humble yourself. Listen when somebody's trying to tell you something that you don't know that can help you in life. Nowadays, stuff like this is not being passed down no more. Because it seems like nowadays, the rise of these feral children that raise themselves and stuff like that, and it's a new type of human being out here. It is. I mean, come on. This woman had the shot in her house, and I don't know if she died in her sleep. but she was shot in her bed. And her husband, I don't know if he was in the same room as her or whatever, but she died while he was there. She's 67 years old. Husband's probably elderly too. Well, I'm sure he's elderly too. His helpmate is gone, and for what? See, the thing is this, life is, in life, you're supposed to go through life in pairs. Man and woman, you're supposed to go to life through pairs. Now, regardless of what you're hearing out here, I mean, we just talk about this. I told you when somebody gets killed, part of them dies, right? That woman was married to that man for a long time. Now, you're looking at this picture, it looked like she might have had a stroke or some type of, something must have befell her. He was there. They fought that battle and won, and only to come back and to have some senseless violence claim the life of this woman, take her life away from her husband, from some random strangers that probably didn't even know him. I think they got the wrong house. But think about that. There's no honor at all in crime nowadays. It's more childish than anything. I'm mad, I'm going to get you, and that's all that matters. I don't care who else I get, I'll get you. People don't have no conscience no more. You can see it in the lack of creativity in them trying to go out here and kill people. Everything's Neanderthalic, just straight savage. See the person, go get them, don't matter who's around, what witnesses, shoot up a park, don't matter if it's babies, women, don't matter. We gonna go out there and set it off. What did these people do that warranted them losing their lives? Most likely nothing. People talk about gun laws and stuff. People break the laws on speeding tickets. You got speed limit signs all over, people still speed. The gun laws ain't got nothing to do with it because people aren't scared to go to jail no more. So fixing the law is not going to do anything. They will bat an eye to it because most of these motherfuckers out here right now doing this shit can't read or fucking write. That's real too. I was in jail and prison. You know how many people couldn't read and do basic math, but they was in the street making millions of dollars, selling drugs and doing all this other stuff, killing people. We are in a messed up state of being in this country. We are. I'm not talking about other countries, but it's like nowadays, man, people are just doing what they feel like doing without fear or repercussion or any conscience of who they hurt, whether it's a man, a woman, or a child that has nothing to do with it. Make it make sense. You can't. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is depressing. 67 years old, and the last sentence in her book of life was gunned down in her own home while she slept by some random strangers that thought they had somebody else. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.